rev up your engines for the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast with Big E. Proudly sponsored by Christensen Law, where bikers helping engine bikers is more than just a motto. It's our commitment to the biker community. Be sure to tune in and listen to the latest news and biker buzz. And for all your personal injury needs, be sure to contact the Christensen Law team at 248-900-9000. What's up, bikers? It's Big E, and you're listening to the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast. We're talking all things bikes, the freedom of the road, and the brotherhood that makes this lifestyle what it is. From killer tips to wild stories from the highway, we've got it all right here. Life is short, bikers, so let's get after it. Hey everybody, what's happening? Welcome to the podcast. So this week, which should have been last week's episode I ditched. I was having issues, in case you didn't know. Moved into the new studio and, well, you know, things are kind of tight because I was paying for my new apartment, paying for half of a house that I wasn't living in anymore. But the house sold, life is good, and I sprung for fancy internet here at the new studio. So before I was using a tether and it worked okay, but it wasn't ideal. It served its purpose, but now I'm back 100% all fully interwebbed. So I can tell you that the videos will start coming back and that fun stuff. I'll have a little bit more time to do those things. So let's just start with what I'm doing this weekend and what you should probably all be doing this weekend. So the weather is looking pretty darn good for Saturday, at least last time I looked. Of course, this is Michigan and it is subject to change. So Saturday happens to be a pretty special day. It is the 1-year anniversary and birthday of the Steel Horse Ranch over in Carroll. Me, myself, and I believe OG, Rhino, maybe Sparky are going to mount up and head on over. So any local riders that would like to go check out the Steel Horse Ranch, this will be a day trip. We will leave and we will come back on Saturday. We will spend some time over there. It is a very cool place. We're planning on meeting at the Old Hamlin restaurant here in town, having a little breakfast about 7 a.m., then mounting up and riding over. Probably be 3.5 hour ride one way. I'm sure we'll stop once or twice, maybe. I think Wild Bill's going too. So there'll be 4 or 5 of us going. And I think the plan is to spend a few hours there hanging out and then riding back home before dark. That is the plan. So if anyone wants to tag along, all you got to do is reach out to me or meet us at Old Hamlin for breakfast in the morning. I mean, they probably have one of the best breakfasts in town. That being said, the next thing that I'm doing the following weekend, that's right, the following weekend, Rhino and I are mounting back up Friday after work and heading back over to the Steel Horse Ranch. We're going to hang out a little bit Friday. Saturday, we are turning our bikes over to Timothy, and he is going to work some magic on the old scoots. That's right. Behind Bars Cycle Works is going to do bars, grips, tires, and get our rides ready for Sturgis, because it is going to be here before we know it. And I know Rhino needs a tire, and I'm going to need tires, so we're going to get some work done on the bikes. And there may be a little bit of video work done. So look forward to that. That'll be a good time. We're going to hang out. I think we pretty much plan on hanging out all weekend. Saturday, Friday night, Saturday, maybe a little bit on Sunday, and then riding back on Sunday. Should be a good time. Very excited to go hang out. I know this Saturday is all about Steel Horse Ranch birthday party, celebrating them. So maybe next weekend it'll be a little bit more hanging out with Mike. That's kind of what I want to do, drink some beers with him. So anyways, the next thing we have coming up, I mean, there's something coming up all the time. But one thing that I'm pretty excited about is this. Have you seen the latest issue of Thunder Roads Magazine Michigan? Did you know that Thunder Roads Magazine of Michigan and Whole Shot Harley Davidson are giving away a motorcycle? Can you believe that? That is pretty wild. And I'm not sure all the details yet, which is kind of weird since I sort of work for them. But I do know there's going to be 6 bike nights, Thunder Roads bike nights. So not just your average bike night. Even Harley, the podcast studio pup, had a little something to say about that. So the first one that's kicking it off is going to be at Buckley Roadside Bar, May 29th. Very cool. I don't know if you've been to Buckley Roadside Bar for a bike night, but they have one of the best bike nights, in my opinion, that I've been to over on this side of the state. The next one is going to be June 24th at the Silver Bullet Saloon in Branch, Michigan. Now this one, I love this place. This is one of my hangouts. It's a go-to every time we're on the scoots. If we're in the area, we got to stop at the Silver Bullet. PP and I and Princess, we shoot pool for them. Very cool bar, very cool people. I'm very excited. So these first 2 bike nights, I will be there. It'll be a good time. Silver Bullet Saloon, Silver Bullet fries are the bomb. They have really good food there. So then the third one, Saginaw Old Town Junction, July 10th. Now, I probably won't make that one, but I'm sure RJ and the crew will be there. I've never been there, so I can't say. Maybe one of these weekends when I'm riding over to Carroll, that area, maybe we'll stop in. No, I just lost my page. That's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. The next one, Garrett's Pressure Crack in Prudenville, July 30th. Again, I've never been there. Sounds interesting. Sanford American Legion on August 25th. I might go to that one. Sanford's a little bit of a ride, but not terrible. And then, of course, the last one, September 11th, Whole Shot Harley Davidson. That's the night the bike's going to be given away. So I will definitely have to be there. All right. So, what's coming up for the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast? Of course, you know what is kind of the kickoff to this whole season for us riding is the Baldwin Blessing of the Bikes. The Baldwin Blessing Festival, I believe, is what they're going to call Friday, Saturday now. We'll know more because we have the chief honcho of the AMVETS coming into studio on Monday. So stay tuned for that podcast upcoming. I'm also going to be talking to anyways, we're going to be talking about the flat track racing coming to Cadillac. Now, if you haven't seen flat track racing, you definitely need to check it out. It's pretty freaking cool. I got the opportunity to see it at Mama's Tried. It was pretty sweet. That was indoors. This is going to be outdoors, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. One of the other things that you're going to notice is we are going to start doing more lives and more video. The equipment is being reviewed, what we need, etc. Of course, the studio is undergoing a little bit of a transformation again because I'm setting it up to do some video stuff in studio. So part of that has been planned from the day I moved in here. So again, trying to maintain a household and a half, funding has been pretty snug, but now that the half is gone, I am able to finish what I started here. And don't laugh. Like my digs here, it's a nice place. Very bachelor pad-ish right now. So I have a futon in my living room. Yep, that's right, a futon. That's my couch. But I purchased that futon with the intent of moving it into the podcast studio when I bought a couch, which I purchased today. Not an easy thing to find a couch that's not crazy prices. Holy crap. I actually ordered mine from Home Depot. And it didn't break the bank. I actually budgeted myself and I came in for the couch and a recliner. I came in $100 under budget. So I'm pretty happy about that. So anyways, yes, the futon will be moving into the podcast studio when the new couch arrives on Monday. You may see some pictures of it when I have Marlene from the AMVETS here on the podcast Monday. And I think I might hold off on releasing that one till we get a little bit closer to the blessing. I'm trying to think what else I got going. I think that's about it. I mean, the blessing is going to be coming up in May. We are still 100% on track for Sturgis. Obviously, we're getting the bikes worked on, getting them ready to go. Brakes, wheel bearings, tires, anything that we need, we're getting it taken care of. We don't want any issues on our ride out. There are some of us that are riding out. There are some others that are trailering out. And I just got off the phone with Princess, and it looks like PP's riding season might be a little bit shortened. Unfortunately. Hopefully it does not affect our Sturgis trip. PP brother, if you're listening, which you might be because you're not doing much else, get well. I will talk to you today, hopefully. I tried calling you, but you're probably sleeping. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's not really nothing too major, I don't think. So yeah, I encourage you, if you see me this weekend at the Steel Horse Ranch, come up and say hi. I will have stickers on board. I am freshly stocked up and ready to distribute them. Let's see. I think that's about it. Of course, season's kicking off, man. All of a sudden, we're piled up with stuff. I will warn you that I'm going to try again this season to double up for the Motorcycle Awareness Month. That is a huge undertaking to put out 2 episodes a week. I believe I have enough content to do it. I've got some Abate people that are lined up to come in and do the podcast. Of course, I got Marlene. I have a plethora of options for May. I just got to find the time to do it. Now that the dust has settled and everything is settling, it'll be a little bit easier for me to do that. If that makes any sense. So what I like to do is mass record podcasts. I will set up the interviews and try to do as many interviews on a day as I can. And then stockpile them. It has worked pretty good so far. It is tough to do certain things with that. So I'm working on that, such as the stuff that I want to do, like a better events calendar. Since it's tough to know when what episode you're going to drop, what week, sometimes it's tough to look into your crystal ball and plan all that stuff out. So I'm working diligently to do that. Try to bring a higher quality product out to you all. A lot of it has to do with my editing program. Currently, I very seldom edit any of my podcasts. I'm not going to say I haven't edited them, but I don't typically do that because when I started it all, I read somewhere that if you sit down and listen to your podcast before you put it out there and edit it, you're so critical of yourself, you will not ever produce anything. So basically what I do is I record it and I let it fly. Not exactly awesome, but it has been working. But I'm feeling the things that I want to do going forward are going to require me to do some more editing, and I really need to mess around with the software to do it. So that is on my list of rainy day things to do. Now, the video editing software that I have is like super simple. So video podcasting will be easy to edit as soon as my gear and the rest of my studio effects show up. So that's all stuff that I want everyone to be prepared for. I will still do audio podcasts. That's, in my opinion, that's what a podcast is. It's not something where you have to sit down and watch. That's a video or a talk show or whatever you want to call it. It's not really a podcast in my book. In my book, a podcast is something that I can put on and listen to while I'm driving down the road. Or something that I don't have to focus on solely. It's something that can be going on in the background and I can listen to. In my opinion, that's what a podcast is. So I'm still going to do that weekly regardless. There may be video footage available for some of them. But there will still always be a weekly audio podcast available. Oh, something else that we were just talking about. Of course, we're doing Sturgis, so that kind of has changed our typical Father's Day Wild Hogs weekend plans, but it has only made them better, probably. So we will be going up to the UP for the Mishahistrigan Rendezvous. Details are still a little bit sketchy as to who's all going, but I guarantee I will be there. OG will be there. Wild Bill will be there. Rhino will be there. Scooter will be there. I mean, we're going to have the crew. And in case you guys didn't know, we do like to cut loose once in a while. So it will be fun. Plan on being there. Plan on being at the blessing. I'm sure I will be out and about shaking hands and kissing babies, or is it shaking babies and kissing hands? Anyways, one of those things I'll be doing. You can look for me around probably the Thunder Roads Magazine of Michigan tents and the Christensen Law tents. I currently do not have a plan to have a tent at any of these, but it is in the works, just so you know. My whole idea is eventually to have some merchandise. I'm slowly working toward that. I've been working towards that for the past 2 years. But it seems like I get to a certain point and there's always a little giddy up in the road that causes me to lose my footing. And oddly enough, I think for the last 2 years it's been the same reason. But now that reason is gone. So moving forward, there will probably most definitely be some pretty cool, I already have it stuff designed, guys. Swag. So look forward to that. There will be a tent someday. The other thing we need to talk about, July 12th, the second annual Patriot Saints Poker Chip Run, benefiting Special Olympics Area 24. That is going to be pretty epic. I'm looking forward to that, and we really need to start getting after what we're going to do there. We actually have church on Monday. The club does. So hopefully we can really start going after what we're going to do. We had a pretty awesome showing last year, so we're going to have to really step it up again this year. I think we can do it. I hope we can do it. Hopefully we can, I don't know. It would be nice to double the amount of money we made for the Special Olympics. But that'd be pretty, I mean, that's a pretty big number for a poker chip run. We'll see. All right, bikers. That is all I have for you. Steel Horse Ranch on Saturday. Be there or be square. I will be there as long with the gang. Well, part of the gang. We will be riding over and hanging out for the day. I am pretty sure fellow podcaster riding with Brendan will be there. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. I haven't seen him in a while. I heard Big Yeti might be there picking up his motorcycle from the Steel Horse Ranch. He had some work done to it. And maybe Brother Mook. So, I mean, I wonder if anyone else will be there. That's the question. There's some influencers in the area. It would be nice to see some of them as well. If you're listening, fellow influencers. All right, bikers, that's all I got. I'm out of here. I have to work at 4 o'clock in the morning. If I wouldn't have gone furniture shopping tonight, I would probably, I don't know. Probably would have done this episode a little bit earlier. All right, bikers, I'm out of here. Have a good night. Remember, life is short. Get after it. Thanks for listening to the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast. Remember, bikers, life is short. Get after it.